Autumn is here and the weather is cooling down. Time to change your wardrobe. But what is the best fabric to wear in the autumn? Tweed is a great fabric for cool weather, and no, you don't need to live in the countryside and drive a 4x4 to style it. So what is tweed exactly? Tweed is a wool fabric that's woven in a particular way with a colour that is related to the surrounding countryside that it is woven in. Every tweed house has a very distinctive set of colours and fabrics. They are always very unique, and the inspiration for the colour blends come from the surrounding countryside. And even with modern machinery and modern techniques, most tweeds are still made in cottages in the countryside in which they are inspired by. So today we're taking a look at Peaky Blinders to see if we can borrow any of their aesthetic and if those clothes can be worn today without making you look like you're wearing a costume. Hi, I'm Michael and welcome to my channel for the love of suits. If you're new here, we try to find inspiration from the best dressed men on the screen. We drop a new video every Wednesday and shorts throughout the week. I've been a menswear enthusiast for over 20 years and I've been working in the tailoring side of the business for the last 10. So I've been on both sides of the measuring tape. And we have a winner. The free tie giveaway from Louis Copeland is finally over and had a lot of entries, thousands in fact. Thank you very much to everybody that bothered to subscribe. I've already counted that person, so if it isn't you, sorry you didn't win. Maybe we'll have some more of these contests in the future. And the up to 50% off sale still stands. So please get to louiscopeland.com and check out the great offers there. So let's begin by taking a close look at the iconic Tommy Shelby tweed suit. Tweed is a practical and comfortable fabric for cooler weather. You can get rough and very smooth tweed, so it's not as itchy as some people assume. Tommy's grey herringbone three-piece suit is authoritative and stylish, and a little rough around the edges, just a bit like Tommy's character. Perfect for the role he's playing both in the show and in life. You may be used to seeing tweed presented in a typical countryside scenario, particularly in advertising for the houses that produce the tweed. However, tweed works extremely well in an urban setting too. He's wearing a single-breasted, notch lapel, three-piece suit. The jacket has 3 rolled 2 buttons. This means that although it has 3 buttons, one of them is folded underneath the lapel, so it's more for style. It's still around today, and it's a very good choice when you want to be a little more casual and a little more stylish and a little less business suit. It has a welted breast pocket and flapped hip pockets. It's a very traditional cut for those days, but you could still wear that jacket today without raising any eyebrows at all. Always choose style over fashion. All of the buttons on the suit are covered buttons. This is not widely available today and is very much a matter of taste. Also, you'll notice it's very obvious looking at Tommy's suit that the fabric is very thick. In those days, houses did not have central heating. They were very cold all day long, and not only the thicker fabrics, but a three-piece suit was necessary. This is why the waistcoat or vest is no longer very popular today. It's somewhat unnecessary in modern housing. If you're enjoying this video so far, then please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. Or if you're feeling generous, become a member. And check out our comment section. We have a great community there. This is a fantastic suit that you could get away with wearing today without raising a single eyebrow. The fabric would be a lot thinner though, but I think that's a good thing. Now let's take a look at that stripy shirt with the contrasting collar. It's a typical cotton shirt with white collar band and stiff cuffs. It is a detachable collar. This style of collar with the curves on the edge is called a club collar. You can still get them available today if you go to any tailor or any good shirt shop, but however they are quite outstanding and I wouldn't choose it as a daily shirt. The trousers are straight-legged but high-waisted. High-waisted clothes and a waistcoat go very well together and make it for a very seamless figure for any man. And of course we have to mention the cap, for which the Peaky Blinders are named after. It's a mixed barleycorn tweed newsboy cap, and you can get a cap like this in almost any decent hat shop today. However, you'll have to buy your own razor blades, but they can be got in any good pharmacy. And for all Tommy's efforts at looking authoritative, he has decided to forgo one thing, the very obvious omission of a necktie. I think this is a decision made by the costume department, and nobody is sure why. It might be a style statement, however some people have suggested that it wouldn't be a good idea in a fight to give somebody else an opportunity to grab hold of something. So that begs the question, if you were to dress like Tommy Shelby today, would you look like you were wearing clothing, or would you look like you're wearing a costume? I think it's an excellent question, and it depends on where you draw the line. Tweed is an excellent and timeless fabric, so you could definitely get away with wearing that suit today, although as I mentioned earlier, the fabric would be a little bit lighter. But if you were wearing a full suit, I would draw the line there. If you went full Tommy Shelby, including the cap and the boots and the pocket watch, you would start to look like you're wearing a costume. You could get away with a full suit. However, if you feel even that's a bit too much for you, tweed makes an excellent fabric for a sports coat. And they're very flexible and you can wear with them with anything from a pair of trousers to a pair of jeans. But if even a tweed jacket seems a bit too much for you, you can simply go with the tweed cap. But in order not to look like you're wearing a costume, I would stay away from the accessories. I wouldn't wear a club collar, I wouldn't wear a pocket watch, and I wouldn't go the full uniform. In the first season, Tommy wears a couple of other suits, but they're very identical in their cut and in their fit. He wears a charcoal grey tweed suit, and he also wears a light grey suit. And of course, he has a variety of different shirts, but they all have club colours. This is an excellent way of wearing a variety of suits at the same time establishing a kind of uniform. This sends a very direct message to everybody you meet about what kind of person you are. And in Tommy's case, he sends the message that he's a very serious man. So there are many stylish tips to be taken from Tommy Shelby's wardrobe in Peaky Blinders. My main advice is not to copy it whole. Just wear a tweed suit, or a tweed sports coat, or even just a tweed cap. Thank you very much for watching to the end. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you next week with a new video.